Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live podcast recording. My name is Ryan Bluebone. Welcome to the show. How good is this? Having a lot of fun. Got an interesting topic for you guys today. One of the most asked questions in the arm wrestling world. Can Larry Wheels? Anyway, guys, as I wait for a few of you to come in, let's kill the music. And oh my goodness, there's that music going. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We got both cameras back up and running today, so it should be a good show. As I see, Ian, he's already here and he's ready. Justin B, Josh P, g'day, gents. Welcome to the show. Big show for you today in terms of one of the biggest topics that I have ever seen in the world of arm wrestling. We all know Larry Wheels. He's the world's strongest bodybuilder, as he declares it, and it's probably true. He is the world's strongest bodybuilder. The man is the founder of just doing PRs one after the other, deadlifts, squats, it doesn't matter. He'll blow his nose out, blood going everywhere. But the question is, can the man arm wrestle? Look, straight up, I'm just going to say no. Hang on, let me check one more time. No. Still no. No, he can't arm wrestle, and he certainly can't beat Schoolboy. That's my first opinion straight off the bat. Lots of people coming in. G'day, everybody. G'day. Too many names now for me to keep up to with. But the easy answer, guys, is no. Larry Wheels cannot do anything to Schoolboy. And Larry, I don't care. Sorry, Larry, I haven't met you yet. Larry, I think I will meet you one day. Bottom 8, probably. But Larry, no, you can't. I really appreciate the fact that Larry is interested in the sport enough that he's willing to do some YouTube videos and he's getting out there. He's arm wrestling. He's taking on other bodybuilders. He's spent some time with Alex Beziazkov and his brother Schoolboy. We've seen him grip that with Juji Mufi. We've seen him grip that with Hafthor Bjornsson. He's doing great things. I love it that Larry's interested in arm wrestling. But, oh, my goodness, no, guys, no. Every arm wrestler agrees with me. You meet an arm wrestler, you ask him this question, they'll say no. Larry can't beat Schoolboy. But hang on, isn't Schoolboy only 19, they say? Larry's like the world's strongest bodybuilder. Yeah. And can he beat him? No. No. I'm going to say no a lot of times in this video, but trust me, Larry, human like Larry is, and he is strong. He's a phenomenal athlete. I don't know his numbers, but those people that do follow Larry closely know his numbers, and you can probably let me know in the comments section here that Larry is a beast in all respects of strength, but arm wrestling is not just a strength. We're not arm wrestling a dumbbell. We're arm wrestling another human being, and there are so many other factors in the combat side of things that change. I want to give you a I remember actually when before maybe 4 years ago, I was working in a store and I had this colleague of mine who found it funny that I was an arm wrestler, and he was like, "That's cool, you're an arm wrestler. Is that even a thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a thing. We take it really seriously. I train every day for it. It's a specific strength." And he started asking me questions. Do you reckon you could beat this guy? And I'm like, "Yeah." And you reckon you could beat that guy? I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you reckon you could beat The Rock?" And I'm like, "It would be so easy to beat The Rock in an arm wrestle." And he just looked at me and laughed. He's like, "Not a chance you could beat The Rock in an arm wrestle." And I'm like, "All right, well, come on over here." And this guy was bigger than me. I was 82 kilos at the time. He was 90 kilos, and he was a bodybuilder. So he looked more impressive than me. And I said, "All right, come on, group up. Let's have a go." And I sat there and let him try. And I let him try, and I let him try, and I let him try. I said, "Do you want to use 2 hands?" And I let him use 2 hands. So he gripped up underneath 2 hands and started trying to move me, and still couldn't move me. And I said, "You want me to pin you yet?" And I pinned him straight through his 2 hands. And he said to me, "All right, maybe you could beat The Rock." Can Larry Wheels beat Schoolboy? No, not even close. Okay, there's a few factors why Larry can't beat Schoolboy. Schoolboy is like born and bred in this sport. He is cut from the arm wrestling gene pool. He's grown up in Russia straight away. Russia, oh my goodness. Any arm wrestler out of Russia straight away, you have to take them more seriously. They take that sport so seriously in Russia that they approach it differently. When we think what made John Brzenk John Brzenk. What made John Brzenk so damn good? It was the fact that he, during his adolescent years, was arm wrestling and arm wrestling properly. His body put all of the collagen and the connective tissue grew in such a way that he became the arm wrestler that was unbeatable. Um, Schoolboy is the same. He started when he was a bloody toddler, arm wrestling. And at only 19 years of age, he is already showing all of the signs of being a legit super heavyweight pro. And when I say, sorry, he's already a legit super heavyweight pro. He's showing the signs of being a legit super heavyweight elite pro. And I think 3 to 5 years from now, when he's still only 22 years old or something, he's going to be a genuine world champion. Now, a lot of people have said, yeah, but Larry is so strong and he knows very little. So he can learn so much in the next 6 months. So if they have a super match in 6 months' time, Larry's going to go from here to like way up there. And because he's so strong and he's strong Schoolboy in every respect in the gym, that he's going to do it easy. No. No. The gains that Schoolboy will make in the next 6 months will triple the gains that Larry Wheels could possibly dream of making. Larry will go from uncoordinated novice in a technique sense to slightly less uncoordinated novice in 6 months. The other thing that is going to hinder Larry Wheels from having any chance is he's too damn big. He's too good, too big, too strong for his own good. Hear me out. When you look at Devin Larratt can bring his elbow all the way across his body, like I'm doing now. Flexibility, range of movement in this sense is a really important thing. To be able to bring your elbow across, to be able to bend your wrist, to be able to supinate your wrist, to be able to pronate your wrist fully and freely, yet under strength, is a major, major factor. And when you see people like Larry, big chest, big delts, big biceps, range of movement is kind of like this. They struggle to get their elbows together. You watch Eddie Hall do it. He's like, that's it. Can't do that. Can't get into a tight hook. Can't use the connective tissue that arm wrestlers have developed. That's another thing. We talked about tendons v muscles. Sure, Larry's got muscles, but does Larry have any sideways integrity in his elbow? No. Can he develop that in 6 months? Oh, goodness, no. Schoolboy's been developing this for 19 years, for goodness sake. And he's grown up with his body so ready for things like side pressure and rotation through the elbow. Larry Wheels can't do anything to Schoolboy. If Schoolboy wants to be nice, Schoolboy can, I guess, grip him low and grip him. And Schoolboy can go palm up if he wants. And Larry can get all tight in his bicep and drop and kind of try to pin like this using a direct bicep curl. And that will probably make Schoolboy go, oh, yeah, actually, I got to focus. But Schoolboy's cup will always defeat Larry Wheels' pronation. No matter what the position is on the table, Schoolboy's cup will defeat his pronation. And Schoolboy, like I said, if he allows Larry all of that freedom, may be able to sit there and go, okay, I guess I should try to do something and make this match something else. But if Schoolboy wants to take control from the center of the table, then there's absolutely, Larry will be a fish out of water. He will be an absolute fish out of water, and he'll never get any access to any of his bicep strength. And he'll sit there and he'll kind of put his head down like novices do. You know how they put their head down, like where they put their effort in and their hand is stuck up here in the center of the table. And they're like, why can't I be strong? Why can't I be strong? Oh, shit, it's because my hand is up here doing this and I don't know how to move. Look, it's no disrespect to you, Larry. Larry, you've done more in your sport than Schoolboy has done in his sport. But it doesn't mean we can walk over. I really love that Larry is interested in it. The other side of things is I'm full of respect for people like Larry, like Juji, like Eddie Hall, and anyone else from another sport that dabbles in arm wrestling. I think is an amazing thing, and it's great for the marketing. I love the fact that the masses think that Larry and Juji and all that are going to become world beaters. But unless, like, I don't know, you guys get the point. Unless Larry dropped everything. If Larry dropped everything else that Larry likes to do And Larry said, I want to become an arm wrestler. Then maybe in 5 years, he would have a chance. I still don't think he would because his body is not built to be an arm wrestler. He's made his body what it is. And it's not an arm wrestler's body. It's just not. And unless he's going to become a Richard Lupkes, which I don't think he would, even though Richard Lupkes is a great example of a huge bodybuilding looking arm wrestler, he was still an arm wrestler all the way through his life. He was an arm wrestler. He has the side pressure. He has the conditioning to arm wrestle, even though he looks like a gym junkie bodybuilder type. Larry doesn't have that, and Larry would be starting from the beginning. The other factor, guys, is it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. We know that. I don't know. Got an old dog, go and try to teach him to spin around and jump over your leg. It's going to be a struggle. He's going to look at you like, what are you doing? Okay, Larry's an old dog, but instead of an old dog, he's a strong dog. In the world of arm wrestling, it is hard to teach a strong dog new tricks. Strong dogs like to use what they think is their best strength. They're like, I have a strong bicep. I'm going to use it, damn it. And they don't allow themselves to feel the intricacies of this sport. And as we know, if you're an arm wrestler, you know there are intricacies. The longer you spend studying this sport and its intricacies, the more you realize that the rabbit hole goes deep. And the rabbit hole goes so deep that for you to find those intricacies, you have to allow yourself to not try to use your strength. To quote Devin Larratt will say that this sport is more about taking your opponent where they are weak than going where you are strong. Now, for someone like Larry, the strong dog, very difficult for him to do that because his brain is just sending him all the signals in this arm wrestling to do what he is strongest at. And he is strongest at a very, very basic novice movement. And so he will struggle so much in his mind to let go of that and to train and arm wrestle in such a way that says, okay, look, I know I'm strong here, but let's go down to 30% pressure and feel. So if I was to coach Larry, I would ban Larry from anything above 50% effort. Straight off the bat, I'd be like, Larry, you need to stop trying to be strong. You will never be a good arm wrestler if you keep on trying to win with your current version of strength. You need to develop little tiny strengths. Another Devin Larratt quote, tiny strokes. Okay, we're not using a broad brush, Larry. We're using a fine little stroke here. And each of those fine strokes we need to first identify. Then we need to make those fine strokes really strong. And it's hard to teach a strong dog how to do that. In 6 months, can Larry beat Schoolboy? Not a chance. Not even a chance. Oh, if there was a betting agency out there, they'd probably go bankrupt on this one because the world's fans of Larry clearly has more fans than Schoolboy, even though Schoolboy is quickly on the rise. Larry has millions and millions of fans worldwide for everything he's done amazing in his sport. But if there was a betting agency taking money on this, Larry would probably end up being the damn favorite because he has so many fans. And people like myself and other arm wrestlers that know what the reality of this is would bankrupt them because I would put my house on this. I would bet everything I've got that Larry Wheels would not beat Schoolboy. And Schoolboy would have that quiet little, cute little face that he's got that reminds us all that he's still a kid as he just gently takes control of Larry's wrist and tries to just be nice to him, tries not to break his arm. That's the thing. This match is on that level. This match is Schoolboy trying to gently beat Larry so he doesn't break his arm. And he's not doing anything else. If Schoolboy got aggressive and Schoolboy took control of center and said, screw you, Larry, I'm going to hit you hard. And Larry went, like Larry would, because all strong novices kind of grit their teeth and look down and hold on. There's a good chance we break the man's arm. And we don't want to see that. I hate broken arms. I hate them. I struggle to watch strong novices pull. Strong novices scare me so much. I remember seeing Larry pull Hafthor And I was terrified watching that. I knew that the arm wasn't going to break because they released the video and there was nothing about it. So I watched. But if that was a live footage, I would have been looking away because strong novices are a recipe for a broken arm. And we need to help the strong novices learn how to move and how to be safe. So there we go. I might leave that one there. I'm going to look down at your comments. I would be astounded if you guys didn't agree. Unless, of course, we've got some new fans of the sport in here watching, trying to tell me that Larry is strong enough to do it. But anyway, no is the answer to can Larry Wheels beat Schoolboy. All right, let's have a look down at the comments. Oh, we got 104 people in here. Ladies and gents, thank you for joining me. Oh, look at all this. We got heaps of stuff going on. Lots of people saying hi, blah, 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 blah. Schoolboy has way too much arm wrestling related strength from Dankius. I agree. Hells to the no, says Jordan Davis. Yes, good man, Jordan. I knew you'd agree with me there. Lots of no's from Jordan. Yep. From David Febbles, no way Larry can beat Schoolboy now if he focuses on arm wrestling for real. Yes. David Febbles, like I mentioned, I think that Larry would need to focus on it for 5 years and then he'd still probably lose, but at least he'd be respectable in the match. More no's. Derek Smith, Larry wins 10 out of 10. Get out of here, Derek Smith. I know you don't believe that. Oh, but thank you for reminding me of it. Guys, Derek Smith has just Derek Smith has just chimed in with a cheeky 10 out of 10 rounds Larry Wheels wins. If you haven't seen it, go and look up Derek Smith v Larry Wheels and you'll see Derek Smith very comfortably toying with Larry. I think it was at a Fit Expo in LA not that long ago. Derek Smith, a great arm wrestler, super heavyweight guy out of California. Legitimately pursuing the sport properly, the way arm wrestlers pursue it, and very comfortably beat him. I remember when Derek Smith so comfortably beat Larry Wheels, my YouTube channel, I had a particular video spike on my YouTube channel, and that was everyone wanted to see, wow, look, who's this Derek Smith guy that just toyed with Larry Wheels? And they all jumped over onto my YouTube channel and found a video of Derek Smith pulling John Brzenk, where John Brzenk beat Derek as easily as Derek beat Larry. And then minds were blown saying, oh my goodness, I thought Larry Wheels was the strongest man in the world. And then this guy Derek beats him so comfortably. And then this guy John beats him so comfortably. And guys, the crazy thing is, if you're new to arm wrestling and you don't know this, the crazy thing is there are levels between Larry and Derek. There are levels between Derek and John where the same thing would happen. There are lightweights that would toy with Larry Wheels. Lightweights, 50-kilo dudes you could find on this earth from Kazakhstan, from Russia, from Ukraine, from Georgia. 50-kilo dudes that would toy with Larry Wheels. And likewise, between Derek and John, there is, again, a million different people at different levels that would be able to beat Derek. So the levels go so far. And where is Schoolboy in that level? Oh, he's somewhere similar to Derek, obviously. He's a super heavyweight. Derek's a big boy. But Schoolboy, Derek, very similar level of arm wrestler, I would imagine. I haven't seen them face. But Schoolboy walks all over Derek. Walks all over, not Derek, but Larry. All right, back to the questions. Larry can beat Jordan. Oh, my goodness. Someone's getting cheeky there, Jordan. I would bet my house that Jordan Davis laughs and just yawns with Larry. Jordan Davis has responded saying maybe. Wait, what? What was I thinking? No. Eddie Hall versus Larry. David Feebles. Eddie Hall versus Larry is a great match, but it's a scary match. Like I said, strong novices break strong novices' arms. Crazy. From Ian, for when you start asking questions. Here we go. If you had, let's say, once a week to practice one-on-one with Larry, how long would it take until he could fight with the likes of myself, Schoolboy, and others? Good question, Ian. In answering that, it depends on how much I could really have to beat over Larry's head the fact that he's not allowed to be strong. Like I described, it's hard to teach a strong dog new tricks. And I would want Larry to arm wrestle at the 30 to 50% effort range. And I would not allow him to get off the table. And I'd say, Larry, stop trying to pin me. Just try to win this lactic acid battle. And winning this, searching for the lactic acid battle maps in your brain faster than you can consciously think about Like Larry is still thinking about moves. He's like, oh, I'm going to use this move or this move. Moves don't work in arm wrestling. Moves are a retrospective approach when a novice looks at it and says, oh, they used a move. We're not using moves. This is a fight. It's a combat sport as much as it is a strength sport. And the intricacies of that combat are way beyond simple moves. So I would have to get Larry out of the move mentality into the feeling and fluidity mentality. And then once he's done that, I would allow him slowly to ramp up the pressure. And as soon as I felt him try to be strong again, I'd slap him and say, hey, we're going back down to the 30% again because you used your strength. If I feel you use your strength again, we're going back down again. So how long that would depends on his aptitude on feeling. Arm wrestlers that have a really high aptitude in that pick it up within 2 months, and then they progress really well from there. Arm wrestlers that have a low aptitude in that just never get it. So I don't know. Is Larry an athlete in aptitude sense? Can he sense and feel and ignore his own strength whilst he learns? I don't know. But good question. From Mason Severson, $4 super chat. Mason, you are the man. Thank you so much, brother. And here's it said Larry versus Juji. Yeah. Larry and Juji are very similar athletes. I would like Larry's probably fundamentally stronger. Juji's been around arm wrestlers more. I would back Juji for the simple fact that he's great mates with Devin and he's been on the table with Devin. And when I've gripped Juji, I felt that he has that aptitude. I know he has that aptitude to feel and listen. He still is a strong dog and he still likes to try to be a strong dog, but he listens and feels. I don't know that Larry does that yet. So my money would be on Juji. But thank you for that super chat, Mason Severson. You are the man. Jordan, your bicep is the size of Larry's vein. Yes, it is. Jordan and Jordan would smack Larry around. That's the funny thing. Larry is a powerlifter. Stop calling him that other thing. I don't know. I just saw that's from Patrick McDonough. Larry described himself as the world's strongest bodybuilder the other day. I don't know. So whatever he is, powerlifter, strongman, bodybuilder, he does a bit of everything these days. It's 4:40 from StrengthNet. It's 4:41 a.m. here in Dubai, and I need to sleep. Just wanted to say hi. He benches 675 pounds, deadlifts and squats 900 pounds. Thank you, StrengthNet. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you for those stats and updates there on what Larry does. From Dankius. So, what's powerlifting strength got to do with arm wrestling strength? Yeah, I agree, Dankius. From Chris B. Yes, I believe so, just because Larry beat his brother Alex. Oh, we got our first believer. Chris, you're a believer. You believe Larry can do. How much money would you put on? Chris, I want to know. If you're still watching, let me know. How much money would you put? How confident are you? And why? And you've cited the reasons that because he was able to beat Schoolboy's brother Alex. All right, Chris, I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you some hard reality here. Schoolboy's brother Alex Bezyaskov was allowing Larry to feel the taste of victory. He was allowing Larry to have access to power, and he was working within that. A professional arm wrestler and someone seasoned to knowing how to train looks for balance. And when they're trying to guide someone to become a better arm wrestler, they allow them to sometimes feel their strength and feel a groove of connection. Alex Bezyaskov would destroy Larry Wheels in a ready go. I promise you. Okay, that's just true. All right, back to the questions. What do we got? Schoolboy arm wrestling since he was 5. There we go. From Hardik Joshi. Thank you for that. Jordan Davis Jordan Davis is going to town in these comments here. Jordan Davis, my biceps may be small, but his hand has no chance. I'll walk all over him technically. I agree. From what else we got? From Hardik Josh again. Arm wrestling needs technique and power. Schoolboy has both, 100%. Derek Smith, can you beat Schoolboy, Ryan? Good question, Derek Smith. Can I beat Schoolboy? Let's go back to camera 1 for this answer. Can I beat Schoolboy? A lot of people have asked me, can I beat Schoolboy? A lot of people have said, Ryan, would you have a match with Schoolboy? straight up answer is, can I beat him? Yes. Would I beat him? I don't know. Um, would it be a good match? I think so. Would I be the favorite? I will say no. The reason I'll say no is because of all the reasons I've just cited as to why he would beat Larry. Um, I respect Schoolboy as a legitimate arm wrestler. I believe I am a legitimate arm wrestler also, but at the end of the day, he's won 10 kilos and has a legitimate upbringing. I'm 90 kilos. I have 7 years of legitimate arm wrestling behind me. I am going to make the assumption that Schoolboy is a little bit stronger than me in the fundamentals, just a little bit, because the gap isn't that big when it comes to the weight category differences. But I do believe he would be fundamentally a little bit stronger than me. That doesn't mean I can't beat him. I've beaten many arm wrestlers that are a little bit stronger than me. And the way that you beat them is with intuition. Intuition, winning the combat side of things. If you win the intuitive combat, you inevitably gain a slight bit of leverage over your opponent, and that quickly equalizes that bit of strength that you were lacking. So could I beat Schoolboy? Yes. 100%. I'd love to find out too. That would be a match that I will at some point in my life pull Schoolboy. It will happen. I just know it will happen. I will pull Schoolboy someday, and we'll find out that answer. But until that day, we can only speculate. And Derek, thank you for the question. I believe yes, I could, but would I? I would give him the favorite tag out of respect. All right, what else we got? From Ronnie Millsap, is Denis Saplenkov the limit of how big you can be without limited motion? Ronnie, good point. You bring up Denis Saplenkov, who has that bulky body. He's not the kind of guy who can touch his elbows together. He walks around, but he has been arm wrestling for I don't know, 20 years, whatever it is. Saplenkov is almost 40 years old, I believe, and he's been doing it for a long time. Came from the background of, whatever, strongman bodybuilding. He's bulky, but he is a very technical arm wrestler. When you watch the way Dennis moves, he isn't using basic vectors. He's using a hell of a lot of rotation. His side pressure's monstrous. His wrist, his supination, his cupping is huge. I think he is probably the best example of a bulky guy moving well out of anyone on planet Earth. Saplenkov, I really respect Saplenkov when it comes to his technical ability. Like I said, he defends. He has everything. He's got all the way from flop press to king's move and everything in between. Saplenkov is a killer. Good question though. From Sweden, arm wrestling television. Almost 3 a.m. here in Sweden. Schoolboy will be too much for Larry, in my opinion. Sweden arm wrestling. I salute you. Good night, sir, if you have gone to bed. And thank you for your opinion. I agree. Larry is very strong, but Schoolboy is a pro arm wrestler at next level. From QWERTY Asdefigj. I don't know how to pronounce that. What else we got? Jordan and Derek having a good conversation. Derek said, Jordan says that Derek would destroy anyone in this chat. I don't know who's in here, but Derek, yes, probably true. Probably true. Derek's like 6 foot 1,000 and weighs 5,000 pounds. He's a big guy. Big guy. Jordan Davis, is it really that bad to lose to the GOAT of the sport in any instance? Yeah. A lot of the people, Jordan, who found that video of Derek losing to the GOAT. Derek, I don't want to insult you, Derek, but I loved that match because the way John beat you, it looked like he was turning the Sunday paper. It was that easy for him. He just took the page, turned the page. That's how easy he rolled Derek. John's pronation and hand control is off the charts. A lot of people say, why is John so good? Honestly, and I talked about this with Lachlan Adair this morning. John was so good because imagine that arm wrestling was a video game, and when you got given your character at the beginning, and you got points to allocate onto pronation, onto cupping, onto side pressure, onto endurance, onto speed. The thing about John is he just had more points to allocate. It's not that John is that much better. It's just that he has more points to allocate to his character. And that's because he started so young and started so early and did all the right things growing up. John, like Schoolboy, has a lot of points to allocate, and he allocated so much to a certain amount of things. He doesn't have that much side pressure, but he has a hell of a lot of pronation, cupping, back pressure. And with that, total points being higher than anyone else's, he turns Derek like the Sunday newspaper. Anyway, let's keep going on. Oh, Nicholas Johnson, $5. Thank you, sir. Nicholas Johnson with a super chat, $5. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Let's read your question and have a good discussion. All right, Nicholas Johnson says, can you talk briefly about the relationship between a puller using a hard posting top roll versus one using a low hand top roll? Advantages either way. Wow. Good question, Nicholas Johnson. And I'm sure Jordan Davis has seen that question and is giggling away quietly. At his residence, at his work, whatever he's doing, I'm sure he is. Okay, so Nicholas, the difference between a posting top roll and a hard posting top roll and a low hand top roll, advantages either way. Here's the thing. Straight away, when you compare the two, you have to realize that a posting top roll is the critical strength in a posting top roll is wrist rise, obviously. You also you need to have immense cupping up there. If your cupping isn't solid enough and you get cracked, you quickly lose access to your back pressure. A low hand top roll, its advantages, it has a dragging ability. Lats are always stronger than biceps when the hand remains secure. I'll say it again. Lats are always stronger than biceps when the hand remains secure. So, what determines whether a low hand top roll or a posting top roll is going to be victorious if they are to face each other comes down to the hand. And it comes down to, for the low hand top roller, it's often the fingers. This is why Jordan Davis is such an amazing low hand top roller. His fingers are like octopus legs, they wrap around you. And the relationship between fingers and pronation is the two critical things for a low hand top roller. If you have secure fingers and sufficient pronation, you can drag your opponent all the way over to your side of the table and still fundamentally have a lot of access to your own side pressure. And you can imagine the posting top roll on the other side has been taken out, their bicep, and because their opponent's pronation is solid, they're getting turned up like that. Okay, so that's the fundamentals of the low hand. The top roll with the posting, Travis Bagent style, okay, it's bicep driven, but you only get to utilize your bicep if your cupping can defeat the low hand pronators, the low hand top rollers pronation. If that cupping is strong enough to hold that pronation, then you're going to be good. You're going to bring the opponent over here, and they're going to go palm up, and you're going to be palm down. And from there, you're going to have side pressure. Now, when to use either or is the big question. Like I said earlier in the sport, in this podcast, arm wrestling is more about taking your opponent where they are weak than it is about going where you are strong. Always remember that, and don't just approach the sport in thinking I'm a posting top roller, because I have a great posting top roll within myself. Generally, I think I have a great posting top roll. But if I face Jordan Davis, am I going to posting top roll? Hell no. And that's because I know that my posting top roll relative to him is a bad idea. He will just destroy me on that. So you need to know when to use each of these strategies. If you're against a shorter guy who's traditionally a hooker, definitely low hand top roll is going to be way more effective than a posting top roll, simply because that's going to deny them access to actually get power. Where you are against if you're against another posting top roller shorter than you, then yeah, absolutely, taking control of height can be a great way to disengage. It also gives you opportunity to set a hook. From a posting top roll, you can either supinate and hook, or you can back pressure and roll. So they're both amazing strategies, and neither one of them, like I said, I try not to think of this sport in a moves sense. I try to think of it in a grip, feel, and assess. John Brzenk, I once read a quote from John Brzenk that said, this was before there was all this information out on YouTube. There was a transcript of an interview with John. You'd probably still find it out there somewhere. And he was asked, what is your best asset on the table? And he said, His best asset was when he gripped an opponent, he could tell exactly where they wanted to go and he could deny them access to it. So John gripped and felt. And that's what he listed as his greatest asset. So don't shoebox yourself into thinking this one is better than this one or vice versa. Grip and feel, develop all those intuitions and subsequent strengths. Hopefully that was a good answer for you, Nicholas. Really appreciate the super chat, brother. Makes a big difference to me. All righty, let's keep going on. What else we got going on here? From Dad Scares Kids. I haven't read this comment yet, but it starts interesting. He says, although I fully agree with you, it would be funny if Larry won around. Dad Scares Kids. You've sounded like you've been dad moving for a while there, Dad Scares Kids. Could Larry win a round? Yeah, he could win a round, but only if Schoolboy was gifting him 99% of what is needed to actually win. Larry can't win a round if Schoolboy is not gifting him a lot. But yeah, Schoolboy could gift him too much accidentally and go, "Oop, I better not do that again." For any circumstances, is Larry going to force the issue? From Derek Smith's commented, I have a video I've never posted of John and I practicing recently. I'll have to show you Jordan. Oh, sounds cheeky. Sounds cheeky. I agree. Training matches are interesting. Yeah. Anyway, another topic, another day. Dreaming Life. I thought Larry would be a champion by now. I sense sarcasm in your comment, Dreaming Life, and I agree with it thoroughly. Jordan Davis, chatting away. Corbin, Derek Smith, what else is going on? Derek Smith comments, by the way, Schoolboy walk through Larry. Thank you, Derek. I agree. From Gabrielle Fitch, hey, Jordan, do you know any places to train arm wrestling down the Gold Coast? Oh, my goodness. I hope Jordan sorted you out there, Gabrielle. From Brad English, maybe if he took it seriously, but he's not Larry. He's not going to take it serious. I agree. From Aaron D. Is that Aaron Davis? Is that Jordan's brother? Maybe. I saw him practicing with some Asian pro arm wrestlers and winning. I think he will give Schoolboy a harder time. Aaron D. Asian pro arm wrestlers. Let's talk about not classing him as a pro arm wrestler. But again, people like Larry have been into arm wrestling gyms. People like Juji, like there's footage of me and Juji pulling where it looks like Juji's almost beating me. It looks like it. To the untrained eye, it looks like they're almost winning. But here's the thing, like we mentioned before, like Alex was with Larry, giving him the room to feel a battle. Feeling a battle is a really important thing to learn to progress. And so arm wrestlers, be nice. They let someone feel the battle. And when you're new in arm wrestling and when you're new to observing arm wrestling, you often misread it. You see it as this case of, like, oh, look, there's heaps of balance there. Like I said, there's a video of me and Juji pulling on right where you'd swear we were even. Trust me, I could rip Juji's arm off. That's just the reality of it, if I wanted to. But there's no point in being a jerk to someone who's new to the sport. We don't want that. We want to encourage them. I don't know who the Asian arm wrestlers were that you're referring to in the video, but I think I have seen it. They're being nice hosts to someone who is an exceptional athlete, and they're trying to guide them and teach them and show them and make them, Larry in this case, the best arm wrestler possible. All right, what else we got? Well, I think we're almost to the bottom of these comments. Jordan, does being in out of the straps change it? Like, wouldn't straps be more of an advantage for the low hand? Yeah. Nicholas Johnson, I'll let you and Jordan keep chatting because that, like I said, that's a can of worms. Oh man, I thought I was at the bottom of this. I'm realizing now there are so many comments. All right, I'm gonna have to start scrolling faster because we're getting to that time where I start to wrap it up. So I'm gonna scroll off from Brad English. Another super chat, Brad English. You're the man. What do you think about Eddie Hall beating RVJ? Oh, Brad, thank you for asking the question. Thank you for the super chat. So I have to address it for you because you did a super chat, man. Eddie Hall, RVJ, it's much of a muchness, man. It's the exact same scenario. RVJ is more credible than Schoolboy. He's been around longer. RVJ has beaten people like John Brzenk, legit. He's legit beaten John. He's legit beaten Marcio. He's legit done amazing things in this sport. Eddie Hall is so far behind RVJ. It's not funny. RVJ could do anything to Eddie. If you don't believe it, just go and look at the video of Eddie Hall training with Neil Pickup. And keep in mind, Eddie is a busy man. Arm wrestling is a very, very small part of Eddie's life. Eddie Hall trains with someone named Chris Ham, whilst Neil is trying to guide Eddie on how to move. And Chris Ham is a decent 80-kilo arm wrestler out of the UK, but he's not a world beater. He's not RVJ. And Chris Ham is sitting there going, just holding him with a very, very basic posting pronated position. Very basic. And Chris is just doing nothing. And Eddie was struggling. RVJ could, in his sleep, beat Eddie Hall. Sorry if that disappoints you, but that's the truth. Oh, my goodness. The truth hurts for a lot of the new fans of the sport, I think. I'm going to scroll real fast again now, guys, because like I said, I never catch up to you guys in the comments here. So if I see any more random super chats, I will address them, but I'm just going to scroll quickly and see if there's anything particularly that jumps out. Jack Lewis has commented, a huge hand and wrist helps. It does, but you still got to know what to do with it, Jack, for sure. Even if those guys do have big hands and wrists, it's not going to do anything. Jordan Davis again saying, I crushed Larry through endurance and table IQ. I'll shuffle for the first round with peak power, but I'll shuffle. I'll struggle maybe for the first round with peak power. Davis, you wouldn't struggle in any round against Larry. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. What else we got? All right, I'm almost to the bottom now. If any of the supporters are on here commented, I will stop. Let's have a look. All right. I made it to the bottom. Okay. Anyway, all right, we got there. Ladies and gents, I'm going to wrap this show up here. We're at 42 minutes, so thank you so much for joining me yet again today. I really am enjoying these. I hope you are too. We've got a record 119 people live here at the end of the show. That's making me happy. Every show so far, the numbers are going up and up and up. Send me your topics as well. Guys, if you have a topic that you want me to discuss on here in length before getting to the questions and all that sort of stuff, hit me up. Let me know. Send me some comments in this. Once this live finishes and it becomes just a video, comment below on what you would like to see me discuss. And you never know, it might be the next subject matter we go for. But guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for being on the show. Let's roll out with the music as per normal. Hopefully it doesn't blow your ears. Here we go. All righty, ladies and gents. Signing off. Thank you so much. As always, I'll be back next time. And yeah, don't forget, like, comment, share, do all those good things. It'll mean the world to me. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm out of here once I get this ending done. See you guys.